ever driven between Phoenix and Las Vegas, likely you've passed through this town. Or maybe you have even stopped. So, hey, we're going to show you what's up with Wikieup. And if you've stopped here before, we're going to show you what's changed. And if you haven't stopped here before, we're going to show you what you've missed. History about Wikieup. Dates back to I think 1652, and it was kind of settled by the Spanish explorers. Now, it doesn't really have much of a history. There is like one famous person that is involved with Wikieup or from Wikieup, and I'll tell you about him in a little bit. But yeah, it's a stop between Phoenix and Arizona. You know, back in the day, I think there was like one place to stop here. They had an old rest stop, an old cafe. It's burned down now, but that was a stop. It was a pretty cool place to go. Funny story about that place was I was coming up with a couple of buddies. We were driving from Phoenix back to Las Vegas back in the mid 80s, and I'd never been out here before. I'd never been out west. This is kind of like I'm new to the area, and we're about an hour out of Phoenix. Some old guy's like, guys, you don't want to drive through the desert tonight, it's gonna snow. And I'm like, come on, old man, don't snow in the desert. Well, he was right, we were wrong. So we're coming up on Wikieup, Arizona, and our car is just sliding all over the road, can't go any further, and we wound up stopping here for like 4 hours until the road cleared. That was my first experience with Wikieup, the first time I ever stopped here. A lot has changed since then, and we're gonna show you some of that stuff here in a minute, so stick around. You're not gonna want to miss it. So Wikiup's most famous person, probably their only famous person, was this guy named Machholz, I think. Believe it or not, he was an amateur astronomer, and he's famous for that. And I believe he had named like 12 comets in the galaxy. So you could probably look him up. We're going to put his name down in the video, maybe even in the comments, so maybe you can look him up. But he's the only famous person that ever kind of came from here. Well, the town only has 135 people. I don't think that population has grown at all since the last time I was here or the first time I was here, because there's really not much to it. Now, there are some businesses that have been opened up. I mean, back in the day, you just had the one cafe to kind of stop, and maybe a gas station. But now they've added some spots along the way, trying to attack the tourists. There's a lot of people driving the roads these days, especially between Phoenix and Las Vegas. As Las Vegas has grown, it's like almost 2 million people now. So you got two big cities in the middle, and Wikieup. You got Wikieup in the middle of two big cities, so it has definitely grown since the day of the early 80s when I came here the first time. So anyway, stick around. We got more to show you. From Las Vegas in that direction towards Phoenix, one of the first places you could stop off is this trading post called La Chia's. They've got a great garden in the back. You can kind of just check out. They got some animals for the kids, so it's a good stopping spot, and they got some good food inside. To this town is this great missile, Wikieup, Arizona. Now, who wouldn't want to stop at a town that had a missile as you're leading into it? That's pretty cool. Great spot to stop, to take a picture of, put it up on Instagram or one of those things. recommend coming to the Chicago-style eatery. It's one of the cool places to stop in Wikieup, but they're closed on Saturdays. I mean, that's ridiculous. I mean, most of your travelers are on Saturdays. I think they're missing a big opportunity. It's the one day of the week they're closed, Saturday. Check it out, though. But they got a good beer garden. Well, the guy's a Bears fan, obviously. He ain't that bright. That's why he closes on Saturday. But anyway, I've been here before. This is a good spot. I'm kind of disappointed that I can't eat here today or even get a brew right now. So, but when you're passing through Wikieup, if you're not here on a Saturday, stop by. So if you're thinking the word Wikiup's in it, kind of unusual name, well, it's actually derived from an Indian word meaning home or shelter. So, and there's actually a Wikieup is kind of unusual structure that Indians would, the Apache Indians would use. And I'm going to show you the difference between a teepee and a Wikieup. Now, a teepee, if you remember, if you ever seen it like in an old Western, you had there's like a cone shape, where a Wikieup is kind of more of a semicircle shape. It like kind of looks like a half circle. And we're going to throw some pictures up online so you can see the difference. But anyway, Wikieup, it means home or shelter. So as I alluded, I'm just sitting here by the trading post that used to be like the main hub of Wikieup. It was really kind of the only thing in town. So it's burned down now. We're going to show you some pictures of that in a second here. We're going to pan around the camera. But yeah, I mean, it's a shame. It was a cool spot, you know, as I talked about. And I spent like half the night here in that winter night in January in the mid 80s in that snowstorm because I didn't think it snowed in the desert. You'll learn a lot when you're young. So if you check out over here, this is part of the old hotel trading post that burned down. So let's get a closer look. So if you wanted to get something to eat or gas up back in the day, this was the only spot. But it's gone now. Check out this old cactus. This is really cool. So, one of the last fun facts I'll kind of give you about the town. I mean, I think it's 135 people. I already told you that. And it dates back to the 1560s by the Spanish explorers. But really its history is kind of connected to the mining industry, but you know, now they don't do the mining around here, so this town was just a rest stop. And they got a couple of new structures in town, a couple of new restaurants, a couple of new gas stations, and we'll show you that. And but hang tight, we're not done yet. Now it's a fat burger, so you really can't consider yourself a rustic town anymore if you got a fat burger. But anyway, I'm glad they do, because I'm heading in. So that's pretty much what's up with Wikieup. I mean, we showed you some of the new structures that are here, some of the new rest stops where you can go to. The brewery, which is it's not open on Saturdays, and the old trading post where you used to be able to stop. So, but it's a cool spot to stop along the way between Phoenix and Las Vegas if you're a weary traveler. But that's all I got for you now. Cheers from Beers and Friends.